Foolproof signs you'll never get married and why it's totally okay. Some people wish to marry till the day they die. They desire to spend their entire lives with one person and look forward to coming home to them every night. That's excellent. However, the fact is that not everyone chooses this road. There's so much more to life than finding someone with whom to spend it with. You will notice that more and more individuals around you are enjoying the single life and filling it with other important accomplishments. It's one of those things that everyone simply assumes will happen. One day you'll meet the love of your life. You'll romance and fall in love. Then you'll get married, settle down, and start a family together. The fact is that not everyone chooses this road. There's so much more to life than finding someone to spend it with. You'll notice that more and more individuals around you are enjoying the single life and filling it with other important accomplishments. But how can you know whether you're one of those folks? And if being single is the best option for you? Just watch the video until the end and find out the indicators, and if you can connect to the majority of them, it's a very clear sign that you'll never get married. Number 1, your freedom is vital. You've been self-sufficient for as long as you can remember. You knew you were more than enough, and you never needed any other person to make your life meaningful. It's not that you can't love, you just don't have the habit of clinging to one person and letting your entire world crumble when they go. Instead, you know that no matter what happens, you can make it on your own. You're a self-sufficient individual who doesn't require anyone's advice. And by independent, I mean completely independent on all fronts. Materially, psychologically, socially, you haven't expected anybody to do your job for you, solve your issues, or get you out of trouble since you were a child. You're not the sort of person who is always searching for a shoulder to weep on or who needs to find someone's advice while making decisions. You may take someone else's advice, but you are always the one who makes the final decision in your life. In fact, you couldn't bear it if someone told you what to do. You don't need a leader or a tutor since you're capable of accomplishing everything you set your mind to on your own. More significantly, you couldn't picture your existence without the independence, which is such a vital part of your personality, or having to allow someone the opportunity to limit your freedom in any manner. Number 2, you are not a believer in marriage. Some individuals feel that marriage is merely a legal contract between two people to commit to one another. It's nothing more than a scrap of paper. They feel that marriage is more about what is in your heart, and that if you genuinely love each other, you will devote yourself for the rest of your life without having to go before a court or a priest and obtain a piece of paper. Number 3, compromise is not an option. Some people enjoy thinking about others while others prefer to do things their own way. If you are arrogant and insist on doing things your way, marriage may not be for you. A relationship may also be unsuitable for you. Marriage and relationships are both based on two people functioning as one. Decisions frequently have an influence on others. And occasionally the two persons must compromise, which means you won't get what you want. Marriage is not for you if you're not prepared to live a life of compromise. Number 4, you have different priorities. You already have a full and satisfying life and you can't envision adding a romance and marriage to the mix. It may be difficult to balance all the responsibilities that come with committing to someone for the rest of your life, with everything else you have going on. There's no reason to. If you're currently living a meaningful and happy life, there's no reason to look for a life partner to marry. It's totally up to you, and you don't have to give up everything you've already accomplished in your life for someone else. Number 5, you feel sorry for married people at times. You have friends who appear to be a wonderful pair. They both laugh and talk about the same topics. They have all of their ducks in a row: kids, house, and a vehicle. They're even planning a trip to Brazil. But 2 weeks later, the guy told you that he's been sleeping with another lady, but doesn't want to offend his wife. Damn, you're not sure who you feel more terrible for, the clueless girl or the husband who's in love with another lady but can't leave the marriage. Number 6, you've never felt love. You'll never know if marriage is right for you unless you fall in love. You may have dated a number of people, you may have dated a variety of men. However, you may not have ever fallen in love with one of them. Marriage isn't even on your radar. You don't want to marry someone you don't genuinely love. After all, it's possible that love isn't right for you. Forget about marrying and instead focus on loving yourself. Number 7. You're not a believer in soulmates. The notion of soulmates is not suitable for everyone. If you don't believe in real love, you're not going to say, "I do," ever. That's fantastic. Why should you devote your life to one person when you don't even believe in it? Keep your convictions. There's nothing wrong with rejecting the concept of soulmates. It doesn't mean you'll never meet someone, but it does indicate you won't want to devote yourself to someone for the rest of your life. Number 8. You don't want kids. Why is it that practically everyone believes that all women desire babies at some point in their lives? The fact is that children are not for everyone, and no one should go down this road unless that is genuinely what they desire. Children are a lifetime commitment and a lot of effort. It is not one to be taken lightly. Have you been waiting for your natural inclination to take control? It might never happen, and that's fine. You have the right to select your own route in life. While you don't have to be married to have children, it does tend to follow the same life path. If having children isn't for you, marriage probably isn't either. It doesn't mean you won't find somebody to share your life with, but that motive is no longer an option. Many people find it unnecessary. Number 9. You think that nothing in this world is permanent. In this world, the only thing that is constant is change. It's a cliche for a reason. It's true. Some folks just wish to be deluded and believe in fairy tales. You, on the other hand, you've matured. How can some individuals expect everything to stay the same? One sickness, one pastime, one trip to Peru, or one discussion may completely transform a person. Number 10. You are not a traditional person. Marriage is seen as a very traditional process down to the woman assuming her future husband's surname. This might not be for you. These days, there are so many other ways to be in a committed relationship, and marriage is merely the traditional route that most people follow. If tradition isn't your thing, it's a solid indicator that marriage isn't either. Your life decisions have nothing to do with what people expect of you, which is fantastic. You get to be yourself and make decisions based on what you want, rather than what everyone else wants. This is amazing. You don't mind being alone, and you shouldn't. Number 11. You have other priorities. It might be difficult to balance a love relationship or marriage with your studies or profession. Something always receives more attention than something else. Typically, individuals believe that they must pick between the two, and marriage is not the biggest priority. There's nothing wrong with putting your marriage on the back burner in order to achieve your concept of success. If you do this for the rest of your life, you might never get married. Well, that's all for today from Brainy Facts. Thanks for watching.